right, tell me a little bit about this festival. What's going on, Kenny?
Well, yeah, Billy Hughes and his staff contacted us, a few weeks ago, said they had this idea. They were doing something called the Ugly Tie Festival to do an event downtown
Yeah.
Gulfport on Father's Day. And they came to us and wanted us to bring it up to the next level for them. So we carved out a partnership with the city. And we're going to be bringing in food trucks up and down downtown Gulfport on Saturday. Lots of live music, of course, ice cold beer, vintage motorcycles from French and Sons. So it should be a good event. The weather gonna work with us. 20% chance of rain on Saturday. This was scheduled
Yeah.
for weeks ago when the tropical storm came through here in our area, so we had to postpone it. So this is the makeup date Saturday. We're looking for a great event.
As far as you know, Kenny, does anybody else have anything like this? Because it's kind of original, and I could see where, kind of like cruising the coast in the early days, people think, what's this about? And now it's almost a tradition, but does anybody else have an ugly tie festival along the coast or anywhere that you know about?
No, I've never heard of the Ugly Tie Fest.
I don't either.
I believe Billy Hughes actually came up with that name. So
That sounds like something he would do, doesn't it? I mean, it really does.
it really does. That definitely sounds like Billy. In fact,
All right.
it was to tie into Father's Day, and that didn't work out because of the weather. But we're still moving forward with it. We'll have probably an ugly tie contest and some dad type stuff, best dad bod contest.
Yeah.
Just some fun stuff like that on stage. But yeah, it's Billy came up with it, and it should be really good this weekend.
Now we got food trucks, we got music. We're going to have some bands down there, and they'll be located where, in and around town, or is it going to be one centralized location?
Well, there's one centralized location. We have a stage right in the middle of it. It's 14th Street and 27th, and blocking the streets off in the downtown area. And music starts, at 11:30 and goes all the way till 7.
No.
The food trucks. We did a food truck event in Biloxi several weeks ago, and it was a smashing success. So we had thousands and thousands of people show up. So we expect the same. A lot of the same food trucks will be there. Some new ones from throughout the Gulf South. So it's food, beer, music. It's going to be fun, and the best part about it, it's absolutely free. There's no admission.
Yeah, you're going to have some art. Art vendors will be there too. So if you want to pick up some good deal on some art, you're going to have that too. Is my understanding.
We are, yeah. There'll be some art vendors. Again, from the region will be participating in this event this weekend. So we're excited.
Who knows? We're talking about motors, meat, and music as you build this thing. So I mean, it's a guy's got to be there. Number one, it's almost a duty for a guy to be there when there's motors, meat, and music. But who knows what this will be 5 or 10 or 15 years or 20 years down the road, because number one, I think you're talking about a motorcycle cruise-in who could be another Sturgis in 20 years because all of the elements are there. A vintage motorcycle show, is that still on course?
It is. That's through French and Sons. They're bringing out some of their classic bikes that people love to look at those classic motorcycles, and they'll be out there. And like as you said, the cruise in. This event could evolve into a major event. There's several ways to grow it. Yeah. We want to see how this first year goes, and we plan to do it next year and grow it each year, and you just never know how big it can turn out to be.
So if you've got a chopper or classic motorcycle, maybe one of those vintage things that you want to show off, and I guess there'll probably be some people maybe selling them if the money's right, but for those who want to show off your motorcycles, they will be featured in a special parking area called Motorcycle Alley. Where's that going to be, Kenny?
That's going to be right there on 27th Avenue, right near at the intersection of 14th and 20. You can't miss it when you walk in. There'll be bikes all over the place.
My understanding of this, the space is limited, so anybody who wants to do that needs to be there pretty soon, right?
That's right. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of space left. Like we said, tons of food trucks, up and down the area, and then the bikes are very limited left as far as space goes for the bikes.
Live rock and roll music, classic motorcycle cruise-in, food trucks, family fun, art. We didn't talk about the beer garden, but where's that going to be?
That's going to be right in the middle of it all as well. We'll have a beer garden.
Oh, man.
We'll have several beer booths. So you want to have an ice cold beer with your dad, bring the whole family to come on down.
So we don't know. Do we have any specs about what people need to do as far as how they can participate if they're going to come on down? As far as bringing the ugly tie, have you got any recommendations at all?
Bring a really ugly tie.
And we know what some of the prizes are going to be.
Excuse me.
Do we know what some of the prizes are going to be?
There's going to be dinners. There's going to be some cash awards, some gift certificates to go do some shopping, and stuff like that for the ugliest tie. So we'll have several prizes.
Music starts this Saturday at 11 o'clock. If they get there a little bit earlier, they'll be able to view some of the motorcycles. They're going to be open what time in the morning on Saturday?
We're opening at 11. So yeah, they want to get there early. There's no, it's not a ticketed event, so you're certainly free to walk in and get there early. We're, like we said, the weather's looking good, at least right now, about a 20% chance of rain, so the rain should not be an issue. But we've got, some great bands, the Chitlins, Storyville, the band, and then we have Billy Hughes's band. It's called Cut Bait. Yeah. They'll be out there playing. Yeah. He'll do his thing, and then Mike Hallett will be playing as well.
This wraps up about 7 o'clock at night, or does it go a little bit longer than that?
Well, we're saying 7 o'clock. If it's still gone strong at 7, we'll keep it going. So we'll make that determination Saturday.
I got it. It's flexible depending on what the crowd wants at that particular time.
It is.
Sounds like it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry, you cut out.
I was just saying that if it's still going on at 7 and people are listening to music and still having fun, we're not going to shut it down. So
don't shut down the beer. Don't shut down the bear garden either. Then, okay, let's keep it open.
Not. That's right.
Kenny, it's always a pleasure, sir. How are you guys doing down there? We got so many different radio stations that you're operation director on. I was going to call out all the stations, but that would take me too long. But how's everything looking?
Everything's good. We're going. Obviously, we all went through COVID and getting out of it now. But concerts are starting to come back to the area, to the region, and here on the coast. In fact, Matt McDonald a few weekends ago, had his largest grossing concert in the history of the Coliseum.
Wow. About that.
So, yeah, it's coming back. We're excited. Things are good down here on the coast.
And it's also good to see that culture or that industry of food trucks, too. It just brings a different atmosphere to the Gulf Coast, and it seems like they found a home. Many of the entrepreneurs have found a home as far as food trucks along the Gulf Coast. Some good food, and a lot of it will be there on Saturday. Kenny, thank you, sir. Appreciate it very, very much. If you're looking for a great weekend, you got it. To do something and you had nothing planned for this weekend, why don't you go down Friday night? Stay till Sunday and come on home on Sunday. A great weekend, good vacation getaway on the Gulf Coast, and you will be part of it. Don't forget to bring your ugly tie, or ties for that